In this video, we're going to cover searching and data filters, and specifically how they can be used to help you find the entries you're looking for very quickly. Searching can be used by itself, data filters by itself, or you can use them together depending on what you're trying to achieve, what entries you're looking for, and what's best for your particular scenario. We're going to start by covering searching because that's in every table across the application. To search for an entry, you click on the search box on the top left, and you can search for anything within that table. So in this case, we're looking at the accounting entries, meaning that I can search for a date due, a date paid, a description, a category, amount. I can even search for fields that aren't displayed on the table. So I can search for, in my case, I'm not showing the tenant, but I can search for the tenant. I can search for the building. I can even search for the notes, pretty much anything within the accounting entry. I can search for one thing. I can search for a date, a rent, but I can also search for multiple things in combination. So I could search for all the rents of May 2024 for Lenny, my tenant. I'm not limited to just one item. I can combine them. So we're going to go through an example, and we're going to start with a basic search and enhance it from there. So the first thing we're going to search for is a date. And dates are special in that the software has some extra enhancements to help you. So depending on your date format, you can type in the actual date. So you can type in 01, say /05/2024, or I can actually type in the full form. So I could type in May 1, 2024, which will show me all the entries for May 1, 2024. Now, if I don't want to necessarily just look for May 1, I want all the entries in May across all dates. I just remove the actual date and search for May 2024. So if I go back here and change it to May 2023, I see just entries for May 2023, May 2024. And if I remove the year, I will see all entries that match both years. Now, which means I can search for just a month, any month I want, or any year. Now, the only thing to remember is that if, say, I'm searching for a rent that's due in May, but is paid in December, and I search for May, it will result in a hit, right? That rent was due in May. But if I search in June, I will also see that rent in my list because the date paid matched with June. And this is where data filters will come in handy, but we're going to cover that in a few minutes. So before I get there, let's go through May. I'm going to go back to, instead of May, I'm going to look for rents. And right away, you can see I have quite a bit. Okay, so now I'm going to look for rents in 2024. Okay, I still have quite a bit. Well, now I want to see for just my tenant, Lenny. And there we go. We have all the matches for Lenny. I don't even have to go all the way to Lenny. I can just go to Len, and that's enough. A partial match will also hit. If I go LE, then I've got a lot of other matches, and so that's not enough. But as soon as I type in Len, it's enough to limit to what I want. And of course, I can clear my searches. So now we're going to go into data filter. Oh, actually, before I cover that, just be aware that you can also do searches like expense. So that just shows expense. I can do revenue. You can do, so there's some extra enhanced searching in there. In any case, now we're going to go to data filters. And do you remember how we talked about maybe you want a little bit more additional filters that searching might not quite achieve? Well, that's where data filters come in. Data filters are on the top right. You can click on them. There's multiple filters. Now, the difference with data filters is that they're not on every table. They're just specific tables. And the other big difference is that they're remembered, meaning if you refresh the page, whatever data filters you had set are still there. So for example, if you set your data filters to just show expenses, and then you go back tomorrow and then you're not seeing any rents, you might have expenses set up and you just have to remove that filter. The software will let you know how many filters there are. So we're going to start by doing revenues right now. So if I click revenues, you'll see I have one data filter applied, and you'll see I just see revenues. If I go here, expenses, you'll see I just see expenses. So if I was to look for my rent tomorrow, they're not there because I've set the filter and it is remembered, and it's showing you that there is one filter. So it's always good to check if you can't find something. To remove a filter, you can either click on it, now it's gone, that filter, or I could clear all filters. But I'm going to quickly reapply it here. And to show you more of the power of filters, if I want to search for rent here, so if I type in rent, there's no results. Yes, I have rent entries, but because I have filters to show just expenses, I'm now searching just through my expense entries. So I'm limiting, so because I have no rental expenses, or no expenses with the word rent in it, I'm not getting any results. So it's a way to fine tune and really enhance the search. I can go further and say, show me, say revenues, so rents, and just show me unpaid rents. So now I'm seeing all my rents that are outstanding all in one place without having to even search or do anything. I could even go further, and maybe I have many months of outstanding rents. I could say just show them due this year, but I could limit it to just this month. So because I only have one, it's still only showing one, but I have 3 data filters applied. I'm saying show me all revenues, which in this case happen to be rents, show me all unpaid, and show me all those due just this month. And if I was to go over here, I could further search by the tenant's name, right? So I could say, okay, now I've got all my rents unpaid and I just want to find Lenny's rents. In this case, he's paid, but I could find that way. I can go back and alternatively, I'll just remove this. I'm going to remove unpaid, and I could say, show me just the paid this month. Show me, so now I'm limiting to what data I want to show. Therefore, as you can see, I can use searching by itself, I can use data filters by itself, or I can combine them and limit my searching to just what my filters are applied. So I can search throughout everything. I can search for just specific tenants that match a specific criteria where the filters are applied to just show the late rents for this month. It's completely up to me. It really depends on what my goal is.